I saw a friendly face over here.
A question about there was an election in Australia.
Well, we gave some information on the plane. I think we covered everything very carefully and in great detail. You probably have seen it. Have you seen the information from the plane?
Yes, I have, but just a couple of questions. Where did you get the idea for reopening Alcatraz?
Just an idea I've had, and I guess because the judges, so many of these radicalized judges, they want to have trials for every single, think of it, every single person that's in our country illegally, that came in illegally. That would mean millions of trials, and it's just so ridiculous what's happening. And it's long been a symbol, Alcatraz, of whatever it is. I mean, it's a sad symbol, but it's a symbol of law and order. And, it's got quite a history, frankly. Yeah. So I think we're going to do that, and we're looking at it right now.
What about the movie tariffs?
Yeah, the movie tariff, what they've done is other nations have been stealing the movie-making capabilities from the United States. And I said to a couple of people, what do you think? I've done some very strong research over the last week, and we're making very few movies now. Hollywood is being destroyed. Now, you have an grossly incompetent governor that allowed that to happen. So I'm not just blaming other nations, but other nations, a lot of them, have stolen our movie industry. And I'm saying if they're not willing to make a movie inside the United States, then we should have a tariff on movies that come in. And not only that, governments are actually giving big money. I mean, they're supporting them financially. So that's sort of a threat to our country in a sense. And it's been a very popular thing. I can tell you one thing, movie makers love it.
Mr. President, there was an election in Australia this weekend.
Will you bring that up with Canada? Will you bring that up with Canada tomorrow? The movie business is my business as well.
Well, Canada is only one of many countries.
It is one of many countries, but it takes the bulk of them. And
there was an election, President. There was an election in Australia this weekend.
Will you meet with Putin in Saudi Arabia when you go?
I don't know. We haven't thought about it, but we'll be leaving for Saudi Arabia pretty soon. I have not thought about it. We've had some good conversations on Russia and Ukraine over the weekend, over the last few days, actually. But we've had some very good conversations on Russia and Ukraine. There's a lot of hatred there, I will tell you, between the two parties and between even the generals. I mean, there's a tremendous amount of hatred. But we've had some very good discussions over the last few days.
The Australian election about crypto. Key Senate Democrats have withdrawn support for crypto bills, in part because they say that you and your family should not be involved in crypto companies while in office. And now the bills may not pass and have the support. What would you say to them about
that? Well, I haven't heard that, but I'm a big fan of crypto because I want to keep it away from China. Crypto is a whole new thing that started, not so long ago. But I'm very much in favor of crypto, Bitcoin, all of the different things, because otherwise China's going to take it over. And just like AI, just like so many other industries or whatever you want to call them, crypto is very important, I think, for our country.
The Australian election, Mr. President. The Australian election, the Conservatives did very badly, just like in Canada. They're saying it's the Trump effect again. Conservatives in Australia. There was an election this weekend.
Well, I don't know. Albanese, I'm very friendly with. I don't know anything about the election other than
he just won again. He was re-elected.
The man that won he's very good. He's a friend of mine.
Your tariffs were not the act of a friend. Will you be speaking to him now, congratulating him on his win?
Well, I can only say that he's been very, very nice to me, very respectful to me. I have no idea who the other person is that ran against him. And, we've had a very good relationship.
There's been cuts to the World Trade Center health program and questions about the restoration of the director. Are you aware of the World Trade Center health program that helps 9/11 first responders? 15 staffers were laid off on Friday. And activists in New York.
Well, I was the one in my first term that helped them get money and helped them really live a much better life. That was a very important thing I did in my first term, but I'm not aware of anything that may have been brought up recently. Thank you. Thank you very much.
They considering General Flynn?
I like General.
Might Flynn be NSA director? I'm so sorry.